What's up again there, guys? Brian here at 3TR, and I got a special top 10s list for you guys. This video was requested me by a good friend of mine on Facebook by the name of Jason, and he wanted to know what were my top 10 favorite action stars of all time. Now, I would like to state that this list is going to be kind of weird, maybe a little bit diverse, but at the end of each individual selection, I will say, like, what is my favorite film that they were in. So to start off, well, simple, it is Jet Li for number 10. I honestly believe that Jet Li is probably the key single straight up martial artist action star that we've had. He's not really known for his acting ability, but dude, when that guy is pulling off his moves and whatever movie he's in, your attention is locked onto his moves. He's done a lot of really impressive things, and even with his own foreign films, I could say that he's probably stronger when he's talking in his own language, when he's trying to do English. And although, you know, he's not really the strongest actor in order to bring, like, emotion, he has done it on a number of occasions, and the best film that I've seen him do that in was Romeo Must Die. I think he did a really solid job of playing, like, the bigger brother who breaks out of jail and then heads back to the States to kind of understand the situation, and I think he had a lot of really great scenes with Aaliyah. It's a shame she passed away so young, so that's why he's number 10 on my list. Number 9 on my list is Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel is another one of those actors where I don't think he's really known for his acting ability, but when he is in an action scene playing like most recently when he brings like the Riddick character, he does certainly have that commanding presence in that sense that he is a total badass. And although I think I've only seen him maybe in one other movie where he's not in that badass presence, I think he pulled like kind of a solid performance, although he did die in that particular film. But I think the best movie I've seen him in as of late was, I guess the first Pitch Black. I think having that kind of, he simply had that predator-like instinct or predator-like essence that he brought to this film, and I think that's what has made Riddick such an iconic character, so that's why he's on this list. Number 8 on my list is Wesley Snipes, probably actually the only Negro that's on this list. And although his career has kind of taken a serious, drop, and as we know from his personal life, he isn't really the best citizen to follow the law, I think that his stuff that he did in the 90s and the 80s is pretty solid. He was in Demolition Man. He played Blade, which to this day, Blade 2 still remains on my top 10 like all-time favorite superheroes list. And I think his stuff that he did, like in movies like New Jack City, playing that gangster, really did show that outside of action, he can legitimately act. And I will certainly give more credit to action actors that can do action and actual acting. And the best movie that I saw him in personally was Blade 2. He owns that. He owns that character, and honestly, I would be perfectly fine if no one else wants to do another Blade film. He did give me 2 really great Blade films, and he is an example that, yeah, African Americans can be heroes, or in this case, anti-heroes. Number 7 on my list is Liam Neeson. Now, this guy, I would say, has only just popped onto this list because of what he's done in his recent years. With Taken, I think that's where it really started, and since then he kind of has brought this presence of being older, but still being able to kick some serious ass and look like a total badass doing it. And heck, this is the guy who played Qui-Gon Jinn, who trained Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he trained Batman, so that gives him, like, he stands in a class of his own of serious badassness. And I already know he's going to be in a couple other films coming out, and he's going to be doing what he's been doing as of late, and I think it works right. And he's a very solid actor, and he has been in a number of movies where he isn't doing any action at all, and he's given a very, I would even say, award-winning performance, so that's why he's on this list. Number 6 on my list is Jackie Chan. There is no question that Jackie Chan is an icon. I think he's done I think he has one of the records of being one of the actors that has done a lot of movies. I think he recently hit over 100 films, although I haven't seen them all. But the thing I like about his style of action is that he not only makes it practical, but he makes it entertaining. And that's something that I don't think Jet Li or even Bruce Lee did. They had a lot of flash to them, but it was very solid, and direct. Jackie Chan actually knows how to have fun with it. And one movie that he was in, one movie that he was in recently that I think he did a really great performance is some people are going to call this kind of blasphemy, was Karate Kid. I'm actually one of the few that actually really liked the remake of it, and I think he brought some real emotion as Mr. Miyagi. And I even think he did a much better job than the original guy did. So that's why he's on this list. And the best movie that I saw him in was personally Rush Hour 2. I think he had really great chemistry with Chris Tucker, and I would understand if they wanted to do a fourth one. Number 5 on my list is Jason Statham. I would say out of any action star, he is the action star of this generation of action movies. A lot of people say that he can't really do anything else, and he really plays the same character in all his films. And I'm inclined to agree. I think I've only seen him do maybe 2 movies where he was kind of outside his comfort zone, and it felt a little odd. But he is the prime definition of an action star, today's modern action star. And although he may do the same character to its core, the fact that he does all his own stunts and he is a legitimate martial artist adds tons of respect. I mean, I would even put him in the top league of if I had to do if they did a list of the top 10 greatest action stars that ever lived, there's no question in my mind that he would be in that list. And the best movie that I ever saw him in was the original Transporter. I think that was a movie that really launched his career and really set the standards of what type of action movies that he likes to bring to the theaters. Number 4 on my list is Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is an interesting choice because he is a very diverse actor, and just like Jason Statham, he does a lot of his own stunts. But I would say out of anyone on this list, he probably has the most experience of doing other things outside of action. And although this is an action stars list, I have a lot more respect for actors who can do action, can do drama, can do all these different types of movies and still have the same charisma and just not try to, how do I say, he doesn't try to familiarize himself with one type of film. He shows that he can do multiple films. He can definitely bring emotion. He can do drama. He can be in romantic comedies. He can do all types of things. And the best movie I ever saw him in was the original Mission Impossible. Or I think I would tie the first Mission Impossible with Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. And I think they are going to do a 5th one that he's going to be in, and I'm absolutely pumped up to see that. Now, we're up to the top 3. Now, here's the problem. I spent about a good week thinking about these 3, and I swear to you, I honestly cannot organize them. Now these 3 are what I like to call the big 3. My big 3 of action stars movies, and they are Bruce Willis, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Sylvester Stallone. And I think some of you may agree that these guys are the biggest action stars that have ever existed. The reason it's so difficult for me to label them is because they all have solid advantages over the other, and that makes it virtually impossible for me to really decide which one is really the best. Now here are the advantages that they all have over each other. At this point in time, 2013, I would honestly say that Sylvester Stallone is probably still the strongest. I think he's in the best shape. I think he probably brings more to his action films, and I think he has more love for the business. And that's what advantage that he has over Bruce Willis and Arnold Schwarzenegger. The reason why Bruce Willis is on this list is that over his career outside of Die Hard, he's done more movies that I've actually legitimately liked. And he's shown that he is like Tom Cruise, where he may not do all his own stunts, but he has shown that he can do legitimate films outside of action. I think the best movie I saw him in outside of action, outside of Die Hard, of course, is The Kid, which was a really great Disney film. It didn't make my personal top 10s Disney's list, but it was definitely the film that allowed me to see that there was another side to Bruce Willis. But as of late, with his newest Die Hard film, he really has disappointed me. So I might put him in like the lowest, maybe number 3 spot maybe, but I can't really do it because he has done more films that I've liked overall. However, the reason why I would balance him out with Arnold Schwarzenegger is that Arnold Schwarzenegger, although isn't the best actor, he was in Terminator 2, and I would honestly say that was his best performance of his career. And to this day, it still stands as my second favorite film of all time, right below Christopher Nolan's Inception, and that is only one of 2 movies that has legitimately made me cry. the other being something else which I will not mention in this video. And although I don't think I really did a good job really posting out who's number 1, number 2, and number 3, that is my list of top 10 favorite action stars of all time, and I really would like to know what are some of your favorite action stars, and tell me which movie for your action star was your favorite. Tell me in the comments down below, and if you like this video, please like, comment down below, and please click on that subscribe button to keep track of me in my future videos. And please, you can also check the description down below for links to my Facebook and Twitter account, so you can keep track of whatever videos I will be posting in the future. And like always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.